Tiger Woods hits a putt on the 16th green of the 2005 Masters, and I feel time. Zenaida Serebrayakova starts a series of paintings in the year 1900, and I feel time. But what am I feeling? Am I feeling the same thing? What causes that feeling to happen? Is time some sort of substance?
Oh my goodness!
What does that substance weigh? What does it carry? Where does it all go? How much time is there in time? This is an essay about a film that takes up that question. Just over 2 years ago, Howe, one of my fellow members in the essay library, did a micro-essay on Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and I promised back then that I would watch that movie someday soon. I could have watched it that night, but somehow more than 2 years went by. So instead, I watched it last night. Which is perhaps appropriate, because if time were a substance, Night is Short, Walk On Girl would be about cramming as much of it into as small a space as possible. From the motif of clocks and watches moving at different rates for people of different ages, to the sheer impossibility that the events of this movie could all be contained in a single night. Masaaki Yuasa, the director, loves playing with time. In film, time is a material. It's stretchable, squishable, collageable, reversible. And throughout this film, Yuasa rotates through a series of different substances to act as ciphers for time. We begin at a wedding party where a young man called simply senpai watches a young woman called simply kohai or otome from across the room. Since he lacks the courage to ask her out, he's been manufacturing a series of encounters that he hopes will look like fate to her. Meanwhile, she gazes upon a plate of snails, and, as if biting into a Proustian Madeleine, and there we have it. A snail, a symbol of slowness, links somehow to its opposite, the unstoppable momentum of a locomotive. And then on another conceptual axis, he tries to build the appearance of random coincidence out of careful planning, and she, though yearning to race ever always forward, will end up touching off a series of truly chance encounters. In this moment, the movie is telling us how to watch it. So later, when the film focuses lovingly, almost fetishistically, on a cavalcade of alcoholic drinks, Yuasa's giving us another substance to stand in for time. And then later at the book fair, too, another study in contrasting perspectives. If time is a substance, then it's neither regret nor possibility. It is neither only cynicism nor hope. It is only what you make of it. Which is a lesson I badly needed, because James, another friend from the essay library, whom you may have just met, told me that Night is Short, Walk On Girl is a romantic comedy. To which I said,
Not romantic!
Because when I hear romantic comedy in 2023, I envision a corpse of cliché puppeteered by the Hallmark Channel. Contemporary market segmentation blinded me to what those words, romantic and comedy, once were and what they can still encompass. Romanticism represented a rejection of the classical logic of Newtonian physics for a universe of turbulence and mystery, heroes and passions. Commedia is similarly expansive, goes back to the Greek and encompasses theater, songs. Which is to say that romance and comedy are as big as storytelling itself. And that means that romantic comedy is as big as what we make of it. Just like time. How much time is there in time? What the hell, cram a whole year into a night. Because time isn't an empty grid containing everything else. We now know better than Newton. Time bends, it squishes, it stretches, and time is underpinned by something else. And that thing, the stuff of time, is causality. Causality is what time is made of. Inside anything that we call time, there is cause and effect, action and reaction. And what sets time in motion and what points time's arrow is causality. Which is to say, time is composed of our actions. Time is what we make it. How much time is there in time? Well, we decide that. We decide that.